Hi everyone, we are on lesson 7.6 and it is on page 289 in your colored math book. Today we are going to rename fractions and mixed numbers. The question asks, how can you rename mixed numbers as fractions greater than 1 and rename fractions greater than 1 as mixed numbers? All right, let's get started. The question says, in unlocking the problem, it says, Mr. Fox has 2 and 3/6 loaves of cornbread. Each loaf was cut into 1/6 size pieces. If he has 14 people over for dinner, is there enough bread for each person to have one piece? So the question's asking, is there enough bread for each person to have one piece? If he has 14 people over, each loaf is cut into 1/6 size pieces, and he has 2 and 3/6 loaves. So to find out how many 1/6 size pieces are in 2 and 3/6 loaves, you need to write 2 and 3/6 as a fraction. So let's start with step 1. Step 1, model, is you need to model 2 and 3/6. So right here you have 1, 2. That 2 is this 2 right here, the whole number. You have 2 whole loaves. The 3/6 is 1/6, 2/6, 3/6. All right, let's write this out all the way. So you would have 1 plus 1 plus 3/6. So we have 1 plus 1 plus 3/6. You have 1 whole loaf, 2 whole loaves, and you have 3/6 pieces. All right, let's go on to the next step. All right, so we know that we had 1 whole loaf and another whole loaf. When we go back to here, we can change the 1 whole loaf into 6/6. That's a whole loaf. Remember I told you guys you can do that? 6/6. We had another whole loaf, so we could change that to 6/6. Because if you change 1 to 6/6, it's going to be easier to add. And then we had the 3/6. Now all my bottoms are the same, and remember the song, if your bottoms are the same, add your tops. If your bottoms are the same, add your tops. So we need to figure out what 6 plus 6 plus 3 is. 6 plus 6 plus 3. So when you find 6 plus 6 plus 3, you get 15. 15/6. Find the total number of pieces. We just did that. We have 15/6. If you count them all up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15/6. So 2 and 3/6 also equals 15/6. So there are 15 6 size pieces in 2 and 3/6. So my question to you is there enough? Remember, he was going to have 14 people over. How many pieces does he end up with? 15. So there is enough for 14 people to have one piece. All right, let's try another one. This one's a little different. This time we're starting with the improper fraction. We're writing it as a mixed number. All right, step 1. they modeled 7/3 for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it apart. This one over here, we broke apart like this, or we broke it apart like that. Now here, we're going to break this one apart by going 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus, yep, you guessed it, 1/3 plus 1/3. Oh, let's do it again. 1/3. How many times are we going to do it? We're going to do it 7 times. We have one more left. 1/3. All right, nice job. So we wrote 7/3. We wrote 1/3 7 times because that equals 7/3. Let's see what we're going to do for the next step. The next step, we know that 3/3 equals 1. So let's look. How many 1/3 do I have? I have 1, 2, 3. So that could be a group, right? And then let's do another group. Let me do a different color here. Let me do some green. I'm going to do this one right here. Since there's 3 together, 1, 2, 3. That would make another group, just like they did here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And what do I have left over? 1/3. So I could write 3/3, or what's another number that I could write instead of 3/3? That would be for that 3/3. I could also write 1. So that one would be 1. And this one right here, what does that equal? Right here would equal 1. And then what do I have left over? I had this little bit right here, or this little bit, which would be 1/3. Now how do you write this one? How do you write it as a mixed number? Well, mixed numbers have a whole number and a fraction. So when you add it together, you add your whole numbers together first. How many whole numbers do I have and what do they equal? I only have these 2 whole numbers, which is a 1 and a 1. So 1 plus 1 equals 2 and 1/3. So 7/3 equals 2 and 1/3. All right. Hope that helped, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Remember what we were learning about today. We were learning to rename fractions and mixed numbers. How can you rename mixed numbers as fractions greater than 1? And rename fractions greater than 1 as mixed numbers. And that's what we did. All right? So if you have any questions, let me know in class. I'll see you in class. Bye, everyone.